late models around this half-mile track is going to be fun.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We were just talking about it, me and Cody. This is going to be a really fun race. We were just checking out the weather temp here today at Bristol, at the virtual Bristol Motor Speedway, the last great Coliseum. Can't wait to see these things on. But like I was saying, the weather, 115 degrees track temperature. That's insane, especially for a track like this. It's concrete. These cars are going to be slipping and sliding off the corners. We've already seen a lot of drivers off turns 2 and 4 heading down off the corners, down the back stretch or the front stretch, whatever it may be, getting super loose with the air temp being 80 degrees. And it may only get hotter. Maybe not the air temp, but for sure it's going to get hotter on that racetrack. The more rubber that these guys lay down, the faster they go, the better lines that they run. If they run a continuous line, that single groove might just get hotter, slicker, whatever it may be. So for sure, the air temp going to play a factor tonight, but that track temp, that's what you got to look out for tonight. I expect a lot of tire wear. I expect a lot of guys sliding off turns 2 and 4 tonight.
Yeah, hands down, qualifying, and some money on the line as well throughout this evening's race. Again, we welcome you to the event's format for tonight. Again, includes, I believe Charles has already gone through it, but we'll go through for you again because it's a lot to keep up with. We normally just don't lock in the cars, qualify, then go feature racing. Not for the Maine Sim Racing Series, not one iota. They're going to be going, of course, locking in your top 10 in qualifying. Once qualifying concludes, then we run heat races. Top 3 lock in from your heat races, a last chance qualifier, top 3 going into the show, and then there's 25 to 26 cars that will take the green flag for the feature event here tonight. Fast qualifier gets $10. Heat race winners get $5, Jason, and the winner of this race gets $25. That is a purse of $50 from the Maine Sim Racing Series that can be up for grabs as qualifying is on track right now.
Yeah, I was just talking about this with Cody beforehand. Yeah, I mean, you throw in a little bit of cash to these guys, they're going to go at it. It's like the same thing with a bet with your buddies. If you're sitting down, for example, my age group, it was always, hey, man, I bet you I can beat you on Madden. I bet you I can beat you on Call of Duty, whatever it may be. $5, I can beat you. $5 this, $5 that. You throw in a couple bucks, sure, it's not much, but to these drivers, I was talking to Cody before, that could be a payment towards something. That could be a bill or whatever it may be. That's just cash in the pocket. That's a nice 30-pack, down at the liquor store, for example. That's just $25. So you want to go out here, you want to try to win it, have some extra cash in your pocket. It's always nice to have, knowing that you can brag and say, hey, man, I won some money. So it should be a really fun race tonight. Can't wait to see how these guys run here tonight at Bristol, especially with a little bit of cash on the table to take away here at Bristol after tonight's race.
And it should be a good one, hands down. Again, qualifying going on track right now. And again, this race is sponsored by the great people at M&M Auto Repair for tonight's race. The M&M Auto Repair night at Bristol. To keep your vehicle running properly at all times, they offer a number of services in the Winslow, Maine area that are carried out by their certified expert auto service and repair technicians who have years of experience performing everything from oil changes to the complete engine overhaul. M&M Auto Repair, proud sponsor of tonight's Maine Sim Racing Series event here at Bristol. And right now, unofficially, Tyler Jordan looks like he's gone to the top of the board of all of the cars that need to make a lap. You better do it quickly as time is running out. It looks like we got about 35 drivers, 34, I believe, that are right now looking to go at it here at Bristol. I'll tell you what, though, Jason, once we get to the feature race, I believe it's 125 laps for the feature event. Once you get these guys locked in for that feature event, 26, 25 super late models roaring around Bristol, that's going to be a really, really fun sound-off.
Oh, yeah, I like, like we were just talking about before, me and Cody again, I've never really witnessed the super late model race at Bristol, and even though it's on iRacing, this is a great tool, to see what could happen in real life, I mean, this is just going to be awesome. You got one of, America's favorite, race cars, grassroots type racing, stock cars around one of the most famous short tracks, if not probably the most famous short track, in the United States. This is a great facility. I mean, just look at these grandstands here, from top to bottom all the way that this track is scanned. That's just what it looks like. These grandstands are always mobbed, it's literally like being in the Coliseum in Rome. It's really interesting. So it should be a really fun race here tonight. Can't wait to see it.
All right, let's go heat racing. Heat race number 1, top 3, go to the A main. Chris Fortier on the pole in the number 11. David Greenleaf, the 58 in row number 1. Row 2, we'll find Caleb Willett in the 60. Jack McKee in the number 10. Row 3 here at Bristol, Justin Golowicz in the 25. Alan Grass will be in the 08. Row 4, Dane Neesmith in the 48, followed by Sean Kimball in the 28, but I believe he is race director. Josh Hogden is also in the lineup. So there you go for heat race number 1. I know it had Sean Kimball, but I believe he's the race director. He's the series director of the Maine Sim Racing Series. Unless he's doing double duty, Jason, and he's racing, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. We got to talk to Sean after the broadcast last week from North Wilkesboro. He's a really good dude. Got to talk to him, said, hey, man, what a great job you guys have done. For my first broadcast with you guys, this is such an awesome series. It reminds me of being at home, near Wall Stadium. This is an awesome place to do it, Bristol. And, I mean, what a show. These guys, they get a lot of viewers. They get a lot of card count. This is awesome. This is just like what I said last week, Wesley. This is your short track Saturday night feel. You get the qualifying. It's super important. Then you got your heat races, last chance qualifier, and then you got your great, A-main, your feature race. It's just such a show. I can't wait to see these guys race for the second time, this year. It's going to be awesome. It just, I can't really put it into words how excited I am. Seriously, these super late miles around Bristol, it's going to be one interesting race. Can't wait to see the feature.
Yeah, and by the way, my apologies. I don't know why I thought 7:45 was our airtime for the event. But yeah, man, glad that the Bristol race is on the schedule for the Maine Sim Racing Series. It does not disappoint at all. The field is set again. Top 10 locked in on qualifying. Those 10 drivers going to the show. For everyone else, it is on to the heat races and the alphabet soup. Here's Fortier and Greenleaf on the front row, ready to go here at Bristol. I believe they're going to make one more lap behind the toe of the pace car, and they're going to get the 1 to go indication this time by, and we get ready to go here. Fortier in the 11 machine to the outside. Greenleaf in the 58. That's the black and white. Red Canada car, and of course the Snap-on Tools car to the outside with the blue numbers of the white car. Well, there's a look at start finish, and in just a couple of seconds that pace car is going to drop onto the pit lane and give us a roar for heat race number 1. 3 drivers are going in to the M&N Auto Repair feature race here tonight at Bristol. Last great Coliseum. Pace car is in, green light is on, green flag is out, heat 1 is underway. And Greenleaf gets a great jump on the start over everybody else as they roar off the back straightaway, back to the high banks into turn number 3. And just like that, they're about to knock off lap number 1 in a 20-lap heat race, and we're underway.
Yeah, Greenleaf with a great start there on the start of this race through the restart zone. Now Fortier, he's going to move into the second spot. You got Willett right there. He's in third right now. Last transfer spot behind them. You got Gallup and you got McKee right there. They're battling for position. And so far, everybody's starting to go single file. It's just about how you're going to be able to execute these corners. If you can hold your line and be consistent right now as you run on board with Justin at number 25.
Justin Golowicz on board with him right now, sitting in that number 4 position on the outside looking in. And there's your top 3 in front of him of Greenleaf, Fortier, Willett, 1, 2, and 3. Down the straightaway, back to turn number 1. We're already knocked off 3 laps into this race, 4 laps now. And of course, a solid drive for these drivers as they go into the corner. Look at them climbing the racetrack. This is a drone view, by the way. Oh, boy, did you see where, oh, what a save there for Gallowix about hit the wall. He slammed the wall, got sideways, and this allows Jack McKee to run him down, but he still keeps the car going in the 4th spot. But he's had a possibility of losing that position now. But again, both of these cars are still on the outside of the transfer, Jason.
Yeah, he was running the top. You saw him right there in 3 and 4 the last time around. Even right here, you just see him there. He gets a little bit into the wall, looks like right there for just a second. I don't really think the outside is the lane to be right now. I think he's going to have to get a little bit more rubber laid up in that top. Now, if he were to make the feature, I guarantee you later in that feature race, that top side might be playing a factor. But all right now, you see Greenleaf's out front. You got Fournier right there in second. Willett right there in third. They're all running the bottom side of this racetrack. Some guys kind of starting to migrate up, a little bit. But besides that, the bottom lane looks to be the preferred lane so far at the start of this heat race with just 11 to go.
And look at this right now. Greenleaf out in front. What a solid drive for the number 58 machine. And look at this now, Bottle heating up for the transfer. As the lookout behind you, Willett. Got all these cars around him. Almost tagging the wall again. From the drone view, Gallowix now falling back. McKee now on the outside looking at a little concrete dust. We're halfway home in heat number 1.
Yeah, Gallowix right there popped the wall about 2 or 3 times. Like I said, I just don't think the outside lane is the place to be right now. If you see right here heading into turn 1, look at all those little rubber specks. For the folks watching at home, you see all those little black rubber dots right there, obviously. Like I said, that's rubber. Those are chunks of the tire all the way up at the top of the racetrack. If you get a little too high, you're going to end up in that rubber. You're going to slip. You're going to slide. That car is going to have absolutely no grip compared to where that dark shaded black line is right there on the bottom, like you see right here running. This is Willett right now in that 60 car. He's under fire from McKee there in the number 10 as he looks to the inside, but you don't want to get up too high because you can get up into the wall just like Gallowix did there a few laps ago.
Yeah, a little contact between these cars of Willett and McKee, and now McKee clears and we got trouble. Contact from the back, getting turned, and the yellow will fly. Oh, Caleb Willett from the penthouse to the outhouse, or at least he was in the transfer spot. And now he goes around. Caution flies with 5 to go in heat number 1. Remember, caution laps do count in the heat race and the features.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate
Here's your
circumstance
replay.
Right here. Yep, just cuts right down a little bit.
Just look like Justin Gallowix just got to the left rear there, Jason, and just contact. Just thought he could get an opening to go to the bottom and clear the 60 car, and that misfortune tagged him and put him out.
Yeah, that's the thing about Bristol that's so interesting. And like I said, the bottom lane looks to be the line to be right now. It's all been David Greenleaf out front so far. He's been primarily running that bottom lane from what I've been seeing up here in the booth with you, Wesley. But like I was saying, this track, bottom right now, it could be an outside track, later on in the race. This is a multi-groove racetrack. That's what makes Bristol so good back in the day. Bottom-feeding racetrack. Nowadays, you can kind of run all over the place, no matter what series you run, pretty much. But, that's the special thing about Bristol is a lot of these guys like to enter in either middle or up high. They get to the center of the corner, they'll diamond it down, and they'll just shot right down the racetrack off 2 and off 4. They'll dart down to the bottom to get the run off, and unfortunately, that was a product of what that was there, just, trying to come down a little too much, and that's what turned him around right there.
Yeah, the caution again coming out after that incident with Caleb Willett. A little hit there, a little punt. And that puts us again under the yellow flag as we continue on with 3 to go in heat race number 1. Looks like we're going to try to get a restart here. Greenleaf out in front, 48 to the outside. McKee is in the transfer spot, but he's looking for more. Pace car will get ready to drop back onto the pit lane. It does just that. They go to the firebox. Greenleaf goes first. We're back underway in heat number 1 with 2 laps to go.
Yeah, what a great restart there for Greenleaf. And now Fournier right now, He'll move up to the second spot. The 25, Gallowix, he'll move up into third. He's under fire from McKee here as they take the white flag right here with 1 lap to go as they're into turns 1 and 2.
Final time to the back straightaway. David Greenleaf hitting his marks perfectly in that late race restart. Comes to the line out of turn 4. Checkered flag. David Greenleaf will hit heat race number 1. Second spot will go to Chris Fortier. Jack McKee will transfer unofficially. Those are your top 3. Greenleaf, Fortier, and McKee are going to the show. For Gallowix and on back, they have to go to a last chance race later on tonight. With that being said, the lineup is staging on the front stretch for heat race number 2. Jason's got the starting lineup ready to go for another 20 laps.
Yeah, here we go. Another 20 laps at Bristol Motor Speedway. Heat number 2, row number 1, you got Scott Tapley right there, or Tapley. In the number 13, you got Nathan Barth in that number 37 car. Row 2, Chris York in the 22 car, and Dan DeSanto in the 86. Row number 3, you got Mr. Matt Mingo in the 59, and Christopher Blanchard there in the 71. Row 4, Dylan Turner, the 19, Gleason Smith in the number 5. That's your starting lineup for heat number 2.
Top 3 going on to the show, joining the other 13 drivers that have made it in for tonight's events at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Ready to go again for the M&M Auto Repair Night at Bristol. Fast qualifier locks in. Got some money for $10, $5 going to the heat race winner in heat 1. So some drivers making a little bit of money. Feature winner tonight gets $25. Part of the purse that's been put up from M&M Auto Repair for the Maine Sim Racing Series. And again, as I said, this is the final race before Christmas, as we will be off next Wednesday night. Next Wednesday night, the series will be off. I hope you all have a great Christmas with your family and loved ones. We'll return for one more race before the New Year's Day, and that will be at Nashville. How about that one, Jason? Nashville on December the 28th. Wow.
Yeah, going to be a great show here, you know, especially there at Nashville, too. Can't wait to see him, but we're green here.
Underway in heat race number 2, taking 3, and Barth will jump up in front on Tapley for that last spot right now. Chris York's got it, but they're a lot more organized as they send him off roaring in the corner on lap 1. And we got a caution. I think Blanchard's in trouble, 71 car. And possibly the 19 also of Dylan Turner. Caution is out. Well, Jason, we were talking about him getting a little tap there, and that's what happened in the early going.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate, especially for the 19. You know, so fast. I remember last week he was really, really fast. You know, hopefully he'll be able to make this show, you know. So, going to be interesting, you know, to see if he's going to be able to even come back. Maybe he'll have to make the LCQ and try to make it in. We'll have to see. But, yeah, just a product of, you know, cutting down too early. You know, driver on your inside and set it in there a little bit deeper than you would, you know. So, unfortunate circumstances, but, you know, going to have a little bit less than 18 laps to go to try to make it up back to the top 3. But it's definitely going to be hard to do so here at Bristol.
Barth, the man out in front right now in that number 37 machine. That's the black car to the bottom. The black 13, Scott Tapley to the outside in the early going. A caution right at the start. We got all the way to around 15 laps in heat number 1 before the caution fell. And a quick caution right out of the gate for heat number 2. And again, top 3 transfer here. Bristol is just such a fun racetrack, hands down, Jason. And anybody, if you're in the top 10 that locked in qualifying, you're set, you're comfortable, you know you're good. Work on your car, make your adjustments virtually that you need to do in the sim to be ready for this feature race. But if you're on the outside looking in, having to go to these heat races, take advantage of these 20-lap heats to figure out what you can do to your car to make adjustments along the way so you can be there in that big feature race. Fixed setup for the series as the green flag flies back to the air. Sorry about that. It's a fixed setup. That means it's locked setup. You can't do anything to the setup. So throw that idea out the window there as we go back to green.
Yeah, the fixed setup is always interesting here, especially for these super late models. But so far, very interesting restart. You see Matt Mingo now. He jumps up to the top spot against Barth. You see some other drivers battling right there. There's Dylan Turner, the number 19. He's got Tapley right there on the bottom side of him off turn number 2. A lot of these guys, like I was talking about with Cody beforehand, track temp was 115 degrees before the start of these heat races. You gotta think it's getting slick as you see the 13 of Tapley nearly loses it off turn 4 right there. So it's gotta be slick out there for these late model drivers.
Yeah, somehow they hold it together. Tapley slip sliding away. Contact in the back. Cars up in the wall. Cars spinning. No caution yet. Keep it going. We stay green. He's got a problem, though. He's big off the pace. And we're now coming upon halfway in a few more laps, and they stay under the green light with Matt Mingo leading, Barth behind him, and Turner now, the car that had a problem earlier, rallying back to get into the 3rd spot.
Yeah, doing a great job doing so. He's to the outside of Barth right now, trying to get the run off the corner. Oh, my goodness! What happened there? They were all in the wall for just a second. You see the... Oh, my goodness. The 59's up in the wall. The 19's up in the wall. That was...
Yeah, Mingo.
They were just simultaneous.
That was the leader. And now it's just like that. Put Barth up in front. Nathan Barth to the lead at halfway. Just after halfway now. Single digits on the board. 9 to go. Barth to the lead. Tapley now back to second. Remember, he was dirt tracking it earlier. And just like that, Turner.
Oh!
Whoa! Gleason Smith powering his way in there. We got one going upside down. Caution's out. Not yet. There it is. Chris York. Chris York and Gleason Smith. Wow.
So much going on there in those last 3 to 4 laps. You got one, we're calling one driver's giant comeback. You got 2 drivers up in the wall on their side coming to the line. You see the 19 there just gives the bump to the 22 of York, and he nearly saves it, overcorrects hard up into the wall. You see the 19, I believe that is... Not too sure. I think that's actually
that's Blanchard. I want to say it's Blanchard. It says on time and it's scoring. He's the 71, but it's actually Chris Blanchard.
Yep, that's Blanchard. That was actually the driver who was around beforehand. I called it was Dylan Turner, so my bad on that one. But yeah, I just so much going on there in those last few laps. You got a couple drivers on the wall. You got drivers beating and banging. Just so much going on. But that's the product of Bristol. It's so... Yeah, you never know what to expect here, and so far we've seen that tonight. We've seen everything from drivers going upside down to what we thought was a comeback to the leaders hitting the wall simultaneously. It's been crazy so far.
Yeah, heat race number 2 has, without a doubt, not disappointed at all. Nathan Barth now, the man that's gone back up to the front again after the misfortunes of what happened between Tapley and Matt Mingo. And I believe Matt Mingo has retired from this race as well. And, you know, Jason, he was the guy that everybody had an eye on. He was the fast guy in the 59, and now I think he's out. So this is some bad luck for those cars.
Yeah, especially for Matt Mingo. You know, now he's going to have to try to go to the LCQ and make it in. You know, that's going to be interesting to see, you know, because he's such a fast driver. You know, I believe he made it in last week over at North Wilkesboro. You know, he was so fast, you know, just kept having, you know, problem after problem, you know, and that's a lot of guys had him circled tonight, you know, to try to be the favorite possibly. But, you know, unfortunate circumstances for him here tonight. Like I said, so much going on there in those last few laps. It was Matt Mingo up into the wall on his side. A couple other guys, too, up into the wall. Just, oh, my gosh, just what a night so far. We haven't even started heat number 3 yet, Wesley, which is the real interesting part about this. I can just imagine how the feature race is going to be.
Matt Mingo out. Chris Blanchard out. Dylan Turner out. And ready to go now for the resumption of heat race number 2 with 3 laps to go after another late race caution. Pace car peels onto the pit lane. Barth hits the gas in the restart zone. We're back underway. Tapley tucks into his inside. They roar back off into the corner of the back straightaway. And again, Barth gone by 2 car lengths as they go to 3.
Yeah, Barth would love to get a heat race win here tonight. A little bit of cash, $5 up for grabs. He'll take 2 laps to go now. Tapley right behind him. Smith right now with the final transfer spot over DeSanto, who's in the 4th spot, but they're coming to the white flag this time. This time back. Looks like Barth though is going to have a very comfortable lead as he takes the white flag.
Nathan Barth will send it back off into corner number 1 and 2. A strong run for the 37 machine. Tapley about 3 car lengths now back. They'll just settle in from there with the orange car, Gleason Smith the 3rd. Checkered flag in heat race number 2. Nathan Barth will put $5 in his pocket, and he will take the 2nd heat race. Here's your results. Barth, Tapley, Smith will transfer in to the big race for the M&M Auto Repair race night at Bristol for the Maine Sim Racing Series. DeSanto, York, Turner, Mingo, Blanchard, as Jason and I reiterated on with problems, they will go back to a last chance qualifier. And here is the lineup for the final heat race of the night, heat race number 3. Jake Plummer on the pole in the number 21. Cole Watts to the outside in 87. Row number 2 will find Tyler Lerman in the 17. Tyler Conley in row 2 with the 31. Tyler row right there. Ed Connolly in the 111, followed by William Barker in the 66. Row 4 by himself. That's, of course, the driver of the 151 machine, Carson Hewins, and Noah Haggett in the 54 car. Timing and scoring has his name, Kyle Hewins, but it is Carson Hewins in the car 151. All right, well, Jason, we'll try this again here. Another heat race, 20 laps, $5 on the line. Top 3 go to the A main, and we'll lock in the rest of the field from there for a last chance qualifier.
Yep, gonna be
Understanding from our producer that there is no previous winners in the race tonight for the M&M Auto Repair race night at Bristol. No previous winners are in the sim for this event, meaning, Jason, there will be a new first-time winner for the Maine Sim Racing Series whenever we run the feature race coming up here at Bristol.
Yep, it's going to be awesome to see. You know, North Wilkesboro was last week, had a bunch of drivers in that race. We're going to have a bunch more here tonight. We're getting ready to race. Should be an interesting one. Can't wait to see who comes out on top here at the end of this one tonight.
Plummer and Watts on the front row. Pace car is in. Green flag. Final heat race underway at Bristol, baby. Look at Lerman. He wants more. Dives to the inside of Conley. Conley clears it. Learman falls back. Top 3 pull away into 3.
Yeah, Connolly right now, he's on the bottom with a head of steam. He's not just going to 3rd, 2nd, he's going all the way to the lead, baby. Here he comes on the inside of Jake Plummer. That's the battle for the race lead here. They're going to be coming down to 18 laps to go. You don't have a lot of time. They're side by side off the corner. The 21 to his door just a little bit. Almost contact there off the corner as they head into 1.
Rushing quickly to that top spot as they work out of 4. To the inside, Conley's car. Plummer, they battle, side by side. They're in the wall, they're crashing. Conley crashes. So does the 21 of Plummer. And they take each other out. And when the wreck clears and the smoke settles, it's Carson Hewins and Cole Watts now to the front. Wow. Here's a replay.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at this replay for an eventful start to this heat number 3 race. The 31 he just gasses it up a little too early there off the corner. You know, unfortunately a misjudgment call on Connolly's part, you know, but that's all part of it. That's Bristol. The wall comes at you, you know, in my opinion, if I really want to put it, you know, into the greatest way, I kind of think about it like Dover. Dover off turns, not turns 2, but off turn 4, that wall just comes at you. It feels like off the corners. That's the same way here at Bristol, off turn number 4 and off turn 2, but especially turn number 4. You've seen a lot of drivers over the last few years, especially on iRacing, hit that wall off the corner because it just narrows up super, super quick. That wall comes at you faster than you think, and unfortunately for Connolly, just misjudgment call by him, gassing up a little too early there. But wow, what a start to heat number 3 so far. And like I said it before, Wesley, we're not even to the feature race yet.
Yeah, we're not even there yet, Jason. And again, a little bit of aggression very quickly here. And guess who come out smelling like a red rose? It was obviously Carson Hewins, but Cole Watts was able to clear him before the caution was called. He goes to the lead. Jake Plummer and Tyler Connolly still in this race, but they will have to go from the rear of the field. And still enough time, by the way. 8 cars took the green. 15, 14 laps to go. They can get back to the front.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, especially if they do have a fast repair, which I believe they are allowed 1, if I'm correct. And if that is the case, I mean, Dylan Connolly was super, super fast on that start. I could just imagine how he's going to be here on this restart. But from what I'm seeing right now, it doesn't look like they have a fast repair, I don't believe, because it looks like those cars in the back. Yep,
now,
that's what we're hearing right now. No fast repair.
This series does not allow fast repairs, so we'll see how damaged will hurt the momentum for these cars, as again, they have waved off the restart now. So we'll go another lap under the caution. We had the 1 to go, and then the caution lights illuminated back on track on the pace car. Now they go out. And now it's going to put the 151 Carson Hewins and Cole Watts on the front row. And are we missing Carson Hewins? I don't see his car.
Could be, possibly.
Trying to wonder what's going on here. They're going to go another lap under caution. No, they're not. My correction. They're going back to green. The whole field is all just mumbo-jumbo cattywampus as they finally take the green flag. They're showing Carson Hewins as the leader, but actually Cole Watts is the car that's out in front. Noah Haggett now second. They're saying Carson Hewins is out. Carson Hewins is out of the race, so Cole Watts is the leader.
Yeah, that's just a problem of timing and scoring, unfortunately. Sometimes that does happen with iRacing. Can't always be perfect. But right now, battle for the race lead. You see the 54 coming underneath the bottom of Watts there. They're side by side almost off the corner. They're a little bit sideways now. They're coming to 9 laps to go this time by. So far, everybody's singling out. That 54 is trying to run down Watts there for the race lead.
I'm digging that drone view. That is such an awesome view. Keeping up with these awesome drivers battling here for the Maine Sim Racing Series to determine the lineup for the M&M Auto Repair Race Night at Bristol right now. Cole Watts, the man out in front. Noah Haggett right there with him, and there's more contact. Cars spinning, going around Ed Conley. Got tagged by the 17 of Tyler Learman, who's now in the transfer spot. Caution out in the late rally with 7 to go.
See right here on the replay what happens. I believe he just got into the corner a little too hard. 17 just comes up. Yeah, just a little bit. Honestly, it was just he was coming up. The 111 was just coming down a little bit. Unfortunately, that's a product of this racetrack. Different lines. Unfortunately, so unfortunate circumstances there for the 111 car. So going to be interesting to see if he's going to be able to make the transfer spot, but don't believe he's going to have enough time. So he might have to go to the LCQ here, but we'll find out. So far, it's been absolute chaos in these heat races. Still might have some more here coming up in these last few laps.
Nature of the beast, hands down. And Cole Watts, the man out in front, as the field works their way to the back straightaway behind the toe of the pace car, single file. And we get ready to settle it in here. It's going to be at least a 3 or 4 lap shootout whenever they come back to the green. As Cole Watts looking to pocket $5. Heat Race 3 winner, but most importantly, transfer in to the M&M Auto Repair race at Bristol. Welcome to coverage. Of course, as Jason Rockefeller is in the house, I'm Wesley Outland. Charles Wooten on the production, joining us on the at the beginning of the broadcast. I don't know why I thought 7:45 was the start of the program. I'm gonna have to put a new schedule on my phone to make me know that it's earlier than that. So, because I was actually prepared and ready. I was actually in the kitchen, and the next thing I know, I saw the little bing, bing, bing going on, and I had to stop eating my barbecue there, Jason, to come in here and call the race with you. And a good old Carolina barbecue sandwich as well.
Yeah, it happens sometimes, only human. Sometimes, mistakes are made. And unfortunately, I've been a victim of the, you think you have to be somewhere at a certain time. Can't tell you how many times I've done that with doctor's appointments, Oh, my gosh.
Well, we're so out of the loop. We're so out of the loop because, honestly, this is the one sim race a week we do. And, we're used to having a schedule. We're Monday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, and now we're in the off season, the winter months ahead. By the way, there are a lot of cool things. I think I saw some announcements about the Northwest Dirt Super Late Model Sim Series is coming out. Excited about that. We've got you some more information about the Press Box podcast. A lot of cool things that are coming for the iRacing on LSRTV season. Going on a decade, 10 years in 2023. And by the way, as I mentioned, this will be the final race before Christmas, as Christmas is upon us as well. The series will be off until December the 28th. Hopefully you and yours have a happy, safe, joyous Christmas season. Everybody's getting gift cards. That's how I am, Jason. I don't go shopping. I don't get caught up. I'm telling you, Dad, I don't do that stuff. Gift cards for anybody. Do what? Gift cards for anybody in the a watch? Yes. Oh, well, I have a watch. As we're back underway. Green flag out in heat race number 3. Cole Watts zigging, zagging, holding off Haggett, holding off Learman. Jason, they're coming to the white flag. 1 to go in heat number 3.
Yeah, here we go. Watts right now with the race lead, but Haggett's right there on the back bumper for the final time down the back straightaway. They're side by side now, back to single file. Watts with the run off the corner. Checkered flag up and over goes the 54 up in the air, but give it to Cole Watts. Wow, what a finish there for heat number 3. Yep.
He transfers, though. Noah Haggett, even though he rim-rotted and rode the wall airborne, he still transfers. Tyler Learman will get second. Noah Haggett makes it in by the skin of his chinny chin for third. For the Conley family, they're out. Barkers, Carson, all these other drivers are going to the last chance qualifier, which is about to grid right now. Boy, Heat 3 did not disappoint. Here's you go. Starting lineup for the last chance race. Justin Gallowix in the number 25. Dan DeSanto, the 86, row number 1. Row 2, Tyler Conley. Caleb Willett in the 31 and 60. Row 3 here at Bristol, Chris York in the 22. Ed Connolly in the 111. Row 4 will find Dan Neesmith in the 48. Dylan Turner, Jason, your top 8 of the 19.
Yep, then you got row 5. You got William Barker in the number 66 and Alan Grass in the 08. Row 6, Mr. Matt Mingo and Carson Hewins there in the 151 car in row number 6. Row 7, Sean Kimball and Christopher Blanchard there in the 71 car. Row 8, Jake Plummer and Josh Hodgson, the number 800. That's your starting lineup for tonight's LCQ race.
At 16 cars. That's the equivalent of a full field for a lot of Friday, Saturday night short tracks across America. Hey, by the way, Charles, I got to bring you back in here, man. I know you're a fan of sprint cars. Just announced by Eldora Speedway at the top of the hour, 8 o'clock. $1 million to win for a sprint car race. How about it, buddy? I got to get your thoughts on this, because I know you're a fan of open wheel cars. It's about time that the sprint car world gets a big paying purse event of that magnitude.
Yeah, I think it should make $2 million.
Yeah, and $1 million's not enough, I guess, to the sprint car
$1
fans.
million's not enough, okay? Well, I mean, you know, normally the biggest paying race is the Knoxville Nationals, and that pays $150,000 to $175,000 to win. Now Eldora steps up for the sprint cars like they do the late models, and $1 million to the winner. And what's so cool, Jason, Eldora, July 13th, that's my son's birthday, so I remember that date.
Yeah, there you go. That should be an interesting one. $1 million to win a sprint car race at Eldora Speedway. I can only imagine the amount of cars that are going to be there, and that place is going to be packed. Should be fun that weekend. Definitely going to try to see if I can watch it.
Oh, we got trouble. They're wrecking before they come to the green. I think they're going to call this off as green is out. Yes, they're wrecking, and they might be doing a redo here. That's York's car involved. Some other cars, and they were spinning tires and a lot unorganized on the back pack in the middle of the snake's patch, if you will, Jason, and that's what caused this chain reaction here. Domino effect. Look at it, there's the 31, yeah. Doesn't go. 19 Turner did. And again, a little aggression, a little checkup, a little slow, and that caused that problem there.
Yeah, that's the thing about Bristol, is because of the start on the banking, with how high up this banking is, and because of the transition from turn 4 onto the banking, you know, that's pretty much right where what NASCAR calls the Geico restart zone. That's right where that is. And that's where the restart zone is here for this Super Late Model Series for the Maine Sim Racing Series. So, you know, you got a lot of guys who are just, you know, you can't really see all that much in front of you. You know, you might misjudge it because of the bank. You know, you can't see up in front of you with the windshield and the banking. You know, you spin the tires. There's so many factors that go on into, you know, a possible, you know, restart melee here at Bristol. And unfortunately, that was probably just guys, you know, not really paying attention. You know, it's unfortunate circumstances. So don't be surprised if you say that later on here tonight in the feature race. Wouldn't shock me at all.
And they're going to let the race count as far as caution laps. They're not going to reset it and do this again. So it will be Dan DeSanto right now, the leader in the 86 machine, which I believe is the 48. You know, for the most part, Jason, they try their best to make sure the car numbers match the names and everything on time and scoring, but sometimes these drivers change their paint jobs or they run different cars and schemes, and well, we don't get the memo.
Yeah, for sure, we don't get the memo. But that's the great thing about iRacing. You know, thanks to trading paints, you know, you're able to pretty much put on whatever scheme you want onto any virtual race car, as long as it exists. Or you can make your own. You know, iRacing's got, you know, various, you know, paint booth, you know, options for you. You know, whether it be that you want to just make something basic from their templates that they have, or if you want to sign up for trading paints. I believe it's $50 a year, you know, a 1-year annual subscription. Interesting, you know, I've been on iRacing since February of 2021, or January 2021, I believe it was. So, you know, fun to see all the paint schemes that people create. You know, one of my friends, Nick Doucette, one of the most talented paint scheme guys I know, makes a lot of schemes. So, you know, gives these guys an opportunity to show off their graphic design. You know, that's what you got, you know, it's pretty much what you got here tonight, too.
And Dan DeSanto is the Lowe's 48 car, along with Justin Gallowix, Caleb Willett. Those top three will transfer in. Got a couple of provisionals, I believe, 2 provisionals. And we'll get ready to set up. My apologies, the 48 was actually a free pass car, wave around car. So Dan DeSanto, the car down at the bottom, the 86. Gallowix in the orange, blue, and black 25. Willett's in the 60. Conley up there in the 31. Ed Conley behind him in the 111 to the inside, followed by the 08 of Alan Grass with the Chevrolet emblem on the car. Dylan Turner and Matt Mingo ready to go. Green flag, back out. 20, now make it 19 to go in the last chance qualifier to determine who's going to the M&M Auto Repair Night Race at Bristol.
Oh, we got a wreck in the back. Wreck in the back sideways there off
That's
the corner
Willett,
off turn number 2. Yeah. Oh, man. These guys are going so fast.
For Caleb
keep making
Willett.
contact.
And there's more cars wrecking on the bottom as York is one of them. The Chevrolet car also involved. Here we go again.
Man, I tell you what, Wesley, these cars are just so sensitive here tonight. It seems like the littlest tap, not even on the rear of these cars, but on the door, that was just a product of these guys literally door banging in the corner, and it wasn't even that hard. It was just so light, but that's just the way that these super late models handle here on iRacing. A little tap, and you're going around.
A yellow flag out again, and now Justin Gallowix will go to the lead as he got around DeSanto before the end of the incidents that took place in the bottom of turn number 3 that put out the caution. Conley and has moved up to 3rd. He would be in the final transfer spot unofficially. And we've seen more caution laps running this race for the 25-lap last chance qualifier than we have anything else now.
Yeah, so far it's been interesting, to see. But like I said, I can't wait to see how this feature race goes. Hopefully it's not as many cautions. Like I remember last week at North Wilkesboro, we were getting caution after caution. Then we had about like a 20 or 30 lap green flag run. Then it went to caution to caution. Then we had an awesome finish. And so far we've had some really good racing here tonight. It's just, it's so hard to not make contact here, with the way that this track is, how fast these super late models get around this place. So it's going to be interesting to see how the end of this LCQ race will end up and how the feature race will end up later here on tonight at Bristol.
So right now we are 10 laps in to this 25-lap last chance qualifier. And again, Justin Gallowix is the man that will lead them back to the green flag, hopefully this time to the finish. A lot of caution flags in the opening 10 laps of this last chance race. DeSanto, Gallowix, and Conley. Conley, row 2. Fighting for that last spot, the Conley family will. We'll see what transpires from that. Still a lot of great cars in this last chance race to try to make it into the M&M Auto Repair race night at Bristol. Green flag goes back in the air to the bottom of the racetrack. It's Gallowix, whole shot, scampers from the field. Big lead over the pack of the back straightaway as we go back to green.
Yeah, Gallowix with a great restart here. You see Tyler Jordan, Connolly, my bad. Tyler Connolly right there. Or Ed Connolly back there. It's too many Connollys out here today. But yeah, the 111 car up the second side by side with Santo. He gets up into the wall, nearly gets up on his side. Got another Connolly. It's the battle of the Connollys there for second and third. Matt Mingo put him up to the 4th spot. We got some contact in the back. One upside down.
21, Jake Plummer was just doing a pirouette through the air, and now he stops between the banking. And we just come to halfway here, and the caution is out again. Got to stay on board with the 21 for the replay. Somehow, some way, he was able to do a pirouette flying through the air, and then he came back on all fours after contact with Willett's car. Onside maybe off of DeSanto, and there you see what happened. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. And then he spins going into turn 1 and 2 after the contact.
Yeah, surprised there wasn't more drivers involved right there. That could have been way worse than what it was, but oh my goodness, what a chaotic race we've had so far. And not just for this race, but all 3 heat races and LCQs that we have here tonight.
Yeah, what is our flip count now? 4? I think our flip count's 4 so far.
If we're not even counting practice, though. There's way too many in practice I kept seeing.
Yeah, I didn't see anything in practice, but as far as the preliminaries and the heat races and now this last chance race, flip count at 4. as Justin Gallowix is still the one out in front. Sim Speed number 25, Gallowix, Conley. And Conley now, 1, 2, and 3 on track. And not done yet. Next event, December 28th after tonight's M&M Auto Repair Race Night at Bristol, Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Now that'll be fun. We go from North Wilkesboro last Wednesday night to a 5/8 mile flat track. We go to Bristol High Banks tonight, the half mile in Western Tennessee or Eastern Tennessee, and now we go to Western Tennessee virtually in the Music City on December the 28th. Next race for the series, Jason, on the 5/8 High Banks of Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Should be a good one.
Oh yeah, should be. You know, that's one of it, in my opinion, from all the super late model clips and races I've seen. In my opinion, I believe that Nashville Fairgrounds is probably one of the most key tracks for super late model racing in America. You know, it's so unique. The track, the atmosphere, the fans, everything about it. Nashville Fairgrounds just seems to be one of those racetracks that, you know, everybody loves. You know, I don't think there's one fan you could ask and say, hey, do you hate Nashville Fairgrounds? They'd probably all tell you, heck no, man, we love Nashville Fairgrounds. And you got my vote in for Nashville Fairgrounds being such a great racetrack, just like Bristol.
Well, we are not done in the last chance qualifier. Green flag back out, 7 to go. Can we take this to the checker flag? Oh yeah, Charles, I'm digging that camera angle. We'll do our Phil the Roar at the drop of the green. Look out, Turner. Turner goes around. Turner goes around and the caution's out. Boy, oh boy, we can see that coming a mile away.
Yeah, pretty much all we've pretty much seen here tonight for this last chance qualifier. A lot of guys being super aggressive and just going around here. We're going to take a look at the race replay. See the 19, Turner. Just minding his, minding his P's and Q's. 31 gets a little bit of a tap, comes up, and unfortunately just clips the left rear. Unfortunate circumstance for the 19. And man, did the 48 just squeak by there. That was Dan DeSanto.
Well, well, well. Not done yet. Saw what went on. And tough break there for Turner. Hands down, that Exalta car looked really, really strong. Just coming up short. And I'd be hard-pressed to say he's going to be in the back. Don't really have that bad of damage on the car. Jason, I think he might make a rally to the front here. He's got only 4 or 3 laps, though, to get it done.
Yeah, it just really all depends, though, as if that handling on the front end of that race car is pretty much all gone. Because from this angle, you know, and obviously now we're back on the front straightaway camera angle, but, you know, the nose is a little bit, you know, pushed in, you know, see a little bit of fender flaring, but unfortunate for him. You know, I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. We're going to get ready to go green here next time around. He's going to have pretty much this entire field pretty much melee each other here on this car if he wants to make it into this thing, I believe.
A lot of these cars are damaged, though. Remember, caution laps do count. It is now going to be 3 laps to go. Lights are off now with the pace car as they settle into turn number 3 and 4. Dropping onto the pit lane comes the pace car. 3 laps. They come to speed. We're back to green. Gallowix is gone. Conley, Mingo back up to 3rd. 3 laps to the back straightaway here at Bristol.
Yeah, coming to 2 laps to go this time by. Look at Matt Mingo just ride that outside lane. Got to make sure he doesn't hit the wall. He moves up to 2nd. The 111 almost gets tagged there from the back by Willett. Now they're coming to the white flag this time by, but Gallowix right now, he is trying to beat a zip code of his own. He's coming to take the white flag and take home this LCQ win.
White flag goes in the air. 1 more lap to go. Justin Gallowix hits his marks to the back straightaway into turn number 3. Going to the M&M Auto Repair Race Night at Bristol from the last chance qualifier. Justin Gallowix will win. Matt Mingo will go second. Ed Conley third. For guys like Caleb Willett, Tyler Conley, Jake Plummer, Dylan Turner, Alan Grass, Chris York, and Dan DeSanto and more. Their race night is done at Bristol. A quick warm-up, and we're ready for the feature race, the M&M Auto Repair race night at Bristol. We're going to step away. We'll be back with more coverage, iRacing on LSRTV for the Maine Sim Racing Series. Bristol is on the horizon for the feature race next.
Here comes Avian on the bottom three, wide out.
Welcome back to Bristol Motor Speedway. Getting ready for the M&M Auto Repair race night at Bristol. Wesley Outland, Jason Rockefeller along the way on side. Charles Wooten handling the production. Hey, by the way, there is now an official podcast for LSRTV. The Press Box Motorsports podcast is the official podcast of LSRTV, coming to Facebook and YouTube starting in 2023. Tune in and join the discussion as we talk about the latest hot topics and everything from the real world to the sim world and all the hot news and discussion that many people are afraid to discuss. That's, again, the Press Box Motorsport podcast. I think you've already done a couple of demo runs and ready to officially launch in 2023 on LSR TV platforms. Also, this race brought to you by M&M Auto Repair. Complete auto repair to keep your vehicle running properly at all times. They offer a number of services in the Winslow, Maine area that are carried out by certified ASE expert auto service and repair technicians who have years of experience performing everything from oil changes to complete engine overhaul. Call them today, again in Winslow, Maine, 207-877-7722. M&M Auto Repair, proud sponsor of the M&M race at Bristol for the Maine Sim Racing Series. Jason, there's about 2 minutes left on the clock, and we're going feature racing here at the last great Coliseum. It's Bristol, baby, on the sim, and this should be a great race. What's your take of the Super so far?
You hear that? That's thunder. I think we're in Thunder Valley almost. I'd say so. It's going to be an interesting one here tonight, you know, with jokes aside. We just saw a really, few interesting heat races, an insane LCQ from start to finish, pretty much. I can only imagine what the feature race is going to hold here tonight. Things to look out for example, track temp. It was 115 degrees before the start of everything, practice, heats, whatever it may be. 115 degrees, that's very hot, especially for a racetrack like this. Now that it's rubbered in, it could be a little bit hotter. Maybe we'll get a weather update here in a bit, but it's been really hot out here today. Air temp-wise was 80 beforehand. You can only imagine how hot this racetrack's got to be now that we have a few, as I say that, look at that, track temp's going down a bit. Down. So,
Yeah.
But regardless though, even at 115, it's still hot. 97 is still hot. Is it nearly as hot? Absolutely not. But it's still hot enough to make these guys slip and slide. You saw a lot of guys off turns 2 and off turns 4 make contact, spin by themselves, even here in the warm-ups. I expect that a lot out of turn 2, but a lot of contact out of turn 4 here tonight. So turn 4 is probably going to be your treacherous spot to watch tonight. But overall, it should be a fun race to watch.
And by the way, this will be a daytime race here at Bristol Motor Speedway, so that's something also you got to keep an eye on and watch. Is the daytime conditions are different than at night. They're racing on the concrete here at Bristol. Definitely going to be different on tires. Abrasiveness, I think, is definitely something that's going to come into effect. And who can save their tires and their setup to be there at the end? Coming at you. Wow. Jack McKee. Boy, I'm glad you get a reset.
Yeah, that was real life. His car, he would have been packing it up on the trailer and heading back home to Maine.
Yeah, that would have been bye-bye if that would have been a real race. He would have been done.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're ready to go here at Bristol. He will move. We will see who will pocket $25 as the feature winner. And we're ready now to introduce the starting lineup here for the Maine Sim Racing Series at Bristol. They're going to go for their feature race. Behind the pace car. Lineup is set. Here we go. Row number 1 for the Bristol race here for the Maine Sim Super Late Model Series. Cody Childs, fast qualifier. Remember, there is an invert, though. Jacob Heathcote now, row number 1. Those are your drivers. Row 2, Brian Conover in the 97. Stephen Allen alongside. Row number 3, Corey Bubar in the 12. Nick Dyer, the number 88. Row 4 here at Bristol, we'll find Kyle Mooney, Adam Jocelyn. Row 5, top 10, Tyler Jordan, Jason Ricker. Moving on to row number 6. It's going to find the drivers, Jason, of David Greenleaf and Nathan Barth, and those are your heat race winners in heat 1 and 2.
Yeah, then row number 7, you got Cole Watts in the number 87, and Chris Fournier in the 11 car, row 7. Row number 8, Scott Tapley and Tyler Learman there in the 17. Row number 9, Jack McKee and Gleason Smith in that number 5 machine. Row 10, Noah Haggett, Justin Gallowitz. Row 11, Mr. Matt Mingo and Ed Connolly there in the 111. Row 12, Caleb Willett in the 60 and Tyler Connolly in the number 31. Row 13, row 13, or I guess we'll pass row 13. Row 13, row 14, row 15 here. You got Dan DeSanto and William Barker in the number 66 machine.
Yeah, I believe we went a little too far on the lineup. I think only 25 or 26 cars are starting. It's all good, though. We're ready for this feature event to get underway. Provisionals. Chris York and Dan DeSanto are the provisionals. Thank you, Charles. He called provisionals. They're called provisionals. Wow, we've been out of the game for a while. We're ready, though. Feel the roar. It's Bristol, baby. We're underway. Supers at Bristol in green. Boy, the excitement, the brake dust, the concrete dust slamming off the Lost Great Coliseum, safer wall barriers. And they are going to it quickly here at Bristol, baby. Look at that, feel the roar. Perfect, by the way, Jason, no caution. I'm happy for him, way to go. What good field of cars here, keeping it green.
Man, don't say that. Don't say that too soon. Me and you have a tendency with the commentators curse right here. You see about a flyby. There we go.
Ding, 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 ding,
Oh, man. Yeah, well, I guess Wesley was channeling his inner. I'm gonna take my Hot Wheels out in the play yard there, play with them, make race car sounds. But overall, yeah, what a great start here. Great field of roar here. Cody Childs out front with Brian Conover, Jacob Heathcote there, the number 32 machine. They're 1, 2, 3 on the podium. So far, clean race. Everybody single file bottom, starting to really be the factor. You know, the big line everybody's running here tonight. But don't you worry, I guarantee you, towards the end of this race, maybe even the middle, first quarter of this race, you're going to see some drivers start to jump up to that top side here.
Settling in here for the opening quarter of the race, 125 laps the distance. And again, I think you hit the nail on the head perfectly. You know, Jason, you got to ride here. You just got to kind of fill your car out, see where you're at in your place, and then, you know, knock off some laps, lock some laps off. We'll see where things go. 125 laps is a long way around Bristol. I know it doesn't seem like a lot like you see in Cup cars for 500-mile laps or more, but man, these super late models are going to be full. They're going to be used to their full capacity in a 100 and a quarter lap race. So just kind of ride right now. Believe it or not, they're already 10 laps in. They're flying around this racetrack, by the way. The times for the supers right now are turning close to 15 seconds, under 15-second laps. That's getting it. That's flying around Bristol.
Yeah, that really is flying around here, Wesley. I remember back in the day when the Cup cars used to have so much more horsepower. They were turning 15-second lap times. Now I believe it's a little bit longer, obviously because of the rule package changes that they've done over the last
17, 18.
Cars. But, you know, yeah, 17, 18, just like you said. But these supers are absolutely flying around here, you know. But as we talked about beforehand, tires are only going to fall off. These lap times are going to get a little slower gradually as this race progresses on throughout this, you know, daytime race here at Bristol. You know, maybe some cloud cover, you know, anything is possible here to try and alter this concrete surface to make it, you know, race differently. And so far, everybody's really running the bottom, but you see some guys running that top side. Do you want to risk it and go to the top, eat up your tires a little bit more, but get the runs off there? Or do you want to go to the bottom, be a little bit slower, but save your tires? It's all about the way you drive this racetrack. And like you said perfectly, you just got to ride around, feel the race car.
Ride, drive, get a nice feeling of what the car is going to do. I'm digging this drone view, man. I love it. Are we going to see more of that in 2023 with the drone view like this?
Hopefully.
That's Kyle Mooney, by the way, in 5th position, on board with him. Trying to now run down, of course, Jacob Heathcote, Corey Bubar, Dyer, all that in front of them. That's your top 6 right there, top 5 right there.
Yeah, you actually
clean
just
air
saw
for the
Coach
leader, Childs. Yeah.
Yeah, he actually just got into the wall a little bit there off the corner the last time around, along with Nick Dyer. Dyer just squeezed up to the outside lane. He's going to challenge Childs for the race lead all the way to the top of that wall. Almost hits it there. I think Dyer's going to have enough momentum to carry into the corner. He might just clear Cody Childs here off the corner. And look at Bubar. He's coming into the picture at number 12. Look at that. I guess I was incorrect. That bottom lane might not be the way to go here earlier on. It was in the heat races. Here we are just 21 laps into this A-Main or feature race, and everybody's really going to the top and diving into the corners.
20 laps into this race so far, and just a lot of great paddling. Everybody holding it together with no issues. It's Dyer now the leader in the 88 car. Bubar now the second. Heathcote, Mooney, Childs, top 5. Working, believe it or not, 25 laps into this race in about 3 more circuits, flying around Bristol. This is how you get it done. Jason, the best of the best in Maine for the Maine Sim Racing Series, showing their talents in this feature race. We had to narrow the field down from the heat races and the last chance qualifier, trim the fat as we use in the dirt track world to make the A main. And now the best at Bristol going at it here for 125 laps with Nick Dyer now the leader.
Yeah, you think about, too, like we were talking about, two things to point out. One, we were talking about how fast these guys are going. Think about it. We're already, 25 laps complete. These guys are flying around this racetrack. Point number two being, talked about tires and wear and how fast these guys are going. Just a little over 15 seconds now, so about 0.3 of a second slower than what they were at the start of this race. And it's only going to get a little bit slower. Right now, 15.34 for the leader, Nick Dyer, 15.41 for Corey Bubar, and so on and so forth. It's only going to get a little bit slower. Tires are going to wear out. Drivers are going to want to try to change their lines around as this race goes on through the night. But so far, Nick Dyer, Corey Bubar, and battle between Jacob Heathcote and Kyle Mooney currently. So they're going at it. But so far, so clean.
Nick Dyer, Corey Bubar, Jacob Heathcote, Kyle Mooney, Cody Childs, top 5, dropping off the apron. Caleb Willett climbs back the banking. We stay green. Oh yeah, here's a gyro cam with Caleb Willett just to show you how banked Bristol is. Look at this. Wow. And that's real life too, by the way. If you ever go to Bristol, Jason, climb the banking in your car or get in a race car, and it is just like that. Look at how fast they're back in the corners from a straightaway. Look from this view. Man. It's crazy.
It's funny that you say that, too, compared to real life, because for my 15th birthday present, thankfully, I love my mom to death. Thank God she let me do this, because I'm so glad I got to do it. I got to do the Rich Petty driving experience at Daytona down there in one of those, cars. I got to sit in the passenger seat that they installed. And, man, they told me before this, obviously I've been a race fan, for all my 21 years of living here on this earth. They told me, hey, try to pick your feet up off the floorboard in the corners. Man, do those G-forces pull you down to that seat so much. You try to pick up your feet off the floorboard, even as just a passenger, you can't do it. You feel like you're sinking into the ground. And being on that many degrees of banking is crazy. I can just imagine how insane it must feel here at a track like Bristol. Or another track I think about it is Winston-Salem, because that bank is huge as well.
Well, Bowman Gray Stadium is a flat track. Bowman Gray Stadium is a flat track, a football field. I think you might be talking about Southern National, the banking at Kinley. It's Southern National.
Winchester is what I'm thinking of.
Winchester.
Yeah, Winchester, that's what it was.
Yeah, Winchester Speedway. Which, by the way, somebody needs to step up and put the Winchester Speedway on Indiana on the sim. I'm telling you, I've been there. That is a bank track. Yeah. 37 of 125 laps. They are knocking these laps off quickly here at Bristol. Nick Dyer is the man out in front. Look at these other battles ensuing in the back of the pack between Jason Ricker, David Greenleaf. This is in the top 10.
Yeah, you see them right now. Everybody's kind of just all over the place as you see them. You see Greenleaf. He's moving up a little bit. Some damage there on the left front fender for him. But overall, these guys are they almost look like they're driving super late model dirt cars around this place with the way that they're running up against that wall and then dominating the corners back down as you ride on board with the number 9 of Jason Ricker. And you can just see him as he gets to the wall a little bit along with the 58 sideways. He saves it, though. These guys are running all over the place. Here, as you see the 58 sideways, can he save it? He does. Man, you got to think to yourself, we're almost an entire second off the pace from when we started. You got to think to yourself, Wesley, 2 tires are wearing out. Would not shock me in the least bit if we get a caution here up in the upcoming laps.
Yeah, Greenleaf losing ground with the pack, and he has fell all the way to the rear. Nick Dyer, Kyle Mooney, Corey Bubar, Heathcote, Childs, top 5. Conover, Jordan, Jocelyn, Ricker, Barth is right there in that pack as we're watching them. The Maine Sim Racing Series. Next round, round 5 tonight here at Bristol for the M&M Auto Repair Race Day event. I was calling it race night. I thought it was going to be a night race. It's the day race at Bristol. It doesn't matter. It's Bristol, baby. Ricker battles Jocelyn inside, clears him. Jordan up the bank, and as they go into the shadows.
Yeah, I tell you what, you talk about Bristol, baby, man. He almost just said, oh, baby. He was heading off that corner. Jocelyn almost climbed the turn 4 safer barrier, almost ended up in a catch fence there. Like I said, these guys, these tires are wearing out. They're getting aggressive. You know, they're impatient. They've been riding around here for the last 45 laps or so. They want to move. They want to pass. And you're seeing a lot of guys starting to be aggressive, move to the bottom, middle, top, whatever it may be. All these guys are searching for whatever sort of real estate that they can seem to afford here. And there we go. Talked about it before. There's your first yellow of the night, Wesley.
Well, you knew it was bound to happen. But how about it for those drivers to do a solid 45 laps for a caution coming out? And here's a look at the replay of Conley and I believe, oh wow, caution here. This is Conley at 31 car.
He's already really loose. You got to think to yourself, he had to have gotten loose or maybe some help from behind, but we'll take a look here at the replay in just a second. To the corner, 17's up in the wall. Oh, just taps him, gets him sideways, and then boom, right up into the barrels. Thank God that's a virtual barrel and not a real barrel, because sand or water would have been all over the place.
Yeah, it was Tyler Learman that got into him right there. Tyler Learman of the 17, and we got him pitting early here. There's Bubar now, going to be the new leader. The number 12, Corey Bubar. The hot shoe up in front. By the way, again, props to him, Jason, and the old cliche, cautions breed cautions. I hope that's not the case, but what a solid drive by these drivers in the opening 46 laps to go, green flag. Very impressed.
Oh, yeah, and two things to point out here. You know, shout out to these drivers, first off, the Maine Sim Racing Series for putting on one heck of a show here for these first 49, 50 laps. I mean, I've never seen a super late model race here, but, you know, obviously iRacing, the tools it gives us and provides these, you know, real drivers and even just fans like us, you know, commentators, whatever it may be. You know, this is a great experience, you know, to see what it would be like and what it is like. So shout out to them for putting on a great race so far here tonight. But other thing to point out, Cody Childs pitted, so did Nick Dyer. They're going to be on way fresher tires. We talked about the times, you know, basically a second off of what they were, you know, at the start of this race compared to now. The guys are going to try to fly up through the field like these guys up in front of them put on the brakes, but they got to be careful doing it because it could cause some controversy.
Well, again, as we mentioned, still a lot of the race left to go. Only, you know, 50 laps in, 75 to go here. Corey Bubar right there with them. The man up in front. I think I'm updating timing and scoring again, as I think I've lost timing and scoring. We'll get it back up here in just a moment. They're working on Gary Go. Brian Conover, Tyler Jordan, Adam Jocelyn, Jason Ricker is the Maine Sim Racing Series updating the timing and scoring. 50 laps in. Nathan Barth, Jack McKee, Stephen Allen, Caleb Willett, Chris Fortier, the top 10. As we get ready to settle in for a restart here. Lap number 51. When they come back to the restart zone. Can you believe it? We're like 13 laps away to halfway.
Yeah, it's crazy. But that's how these, you know, short track races feel. They're so short, you know, you get the best of the best out there. They put on one heck of a show.
Ready for the field to come back to the restart zone, and Bubar outside, green flag. Carries the outside lane with him with Jocelyn. Jocelyn will move to the number 2 spot. Conover, Jordan falling back. Barth will hang in the top 5, and they go to 3.
Man, I tell you what, Jocelyn almost is in. There we go. We have another yellow, but wow, man, Jocelyn almost cut off Conover there heading to the corner. That could have been big trouble, but we have another yellow here on the racetrack.
Cautions, breed cautions. So let's look at the restart. Willett, turn. Wow, here you go. Learman, Conley, Willett. There's your yep. Oh, he came back up in front of him again. Oh, he got into the 94 of Cody Childs. Wow, that was an accident. That should have been an accident. That didn't turn into an accident. They kept on going. That became a bigger accident by the time they got into the third turn.
Yeah, that's where Buddy Bacon would probably be going, oh, trouble. That's what that was right there.
Man, oh man. Well, back under the yellow flag one more time. Jason Rockefeller, I am Wesley Outland. Charles Wooten is in the house. iRacing on LSRTV coverage, round 5 of the Maine Sim Racing Series. It's Bristol, baby! And it's been a good one. I'm digging this racing series. I think they're very, very professional. Good bunch of guys tonight. They're doing really, really good. And yeah, I mean, it goes with the territory to having cautions in the race, Jason. But very good group of these drivers on track right now, racing for the money. They're running for the money. Remember, there's money on the line for the purse tonight.
Oh yeah, man. They're trying to rob. They're trying to rob the. What would you call it? The tip jar, the cookie jar, whatever you want to call it. They want to stick their hand in the cookie jar and run with the cookies. It's pretty much what they want to do, and that's what Corey Bubar is doing right now. Adam Jocelyn, too, behind him in the second spot. They're going to be lined up on this front row here when we go back green. But, you know, back to what we were talking about before, too, right prior to the restart, you know, with tire fall off and stuff, Nick Dyer already up to the 17th spot, you know, so looking for him to try make it back up. You got Cody Childs also pitted along with him. He's already up to 15th. So those guys are going to be flying pretty much on this restart. All they're going to need, though, is some green flag laps, and they're going to be right back up at the front before you know it.
Okay.
We got Cody in our rear giving us beatboxing.
Corey Bubar. Corey Bubar will be the man to bring this field back to the green. I have an Android. And I have a very expensive Invicta watch. I forgot that. I don't know why I thought it was 7:45. I don't know why I did. I'll remember. I'll just from now on 7:15 make sure my schedule's clear at 7 o'clock. So. It got nothing to do with teletime. I thought last week we went green we were on the air at 7:40. So here we go, ready for the restart. Bubar, Jocelyn, back underway. And then I remember the conversation of wanting to start early last week from 2 weeks ago, and that's why we started early. And I remember that now. So anyhow, it's nothing to do with not teletime. Here we go. Look at this. Beside each other. Look at the 11 under attack again. That's Chris Fortier. Oh! Contact. York gets into it. Childs is there. They're spinning. Caution out again. They could have saved it, though. I think the flagman threw the caution a little too prematurely.
Shame on Barney right there. Shame on Barney to throw that yellow flag.
Perfect work by our cameraman extraordinaire. 20-man team. I'm lying. It's one man. Charles Wooten. He was dead on it. He knew the trouble was brewing. He stayed right there with it. The GOAT. Yes, he's the GOAT. GOAT.
Yeah. Well, Wesley, you talked about beforehand too. Caution's breed caution. You know, you got to think to yourself. You got to think to yourself. Now we talked about cautions breeding cautions. You think maybe this is possibly the opposite of what we saw last week at North Wilkesboro. Remember, like I said earlier, we went from cautions and cautions and cautions to a nice little green flag run, Then we had more cautions at the end, and then they ran out and had a good finish. Think we're involved? Yeah. Do you think we're in for a treat like that here tonight? You think it was like we had a long green flag run? Now we're gonna have cautions, and then maybe we'll get a nice green flag run at the end.
I tell you what, J-Rock Carrot Top, I'm really not sure. Just you know, we've got what is our summary now? We're coming up on halfway. Can we see our summary? Bottom left of the monitor here. Oh, okay. We have a summary. Is it? It's the weather conditions, you nitwit. Here we go. In 3 cautions. Caution laps are 12 of a 62, and lead changes are 2. By the way, we are at halfway. Are we going to do our mid-race report? Shots of Powerade. Okay, yeah. Hey.
Lord, baby Jesus, just want to thank you for this Blue Mountain Powerade.
Jesus, take the wheel. Mystic Mountain Blueberry.
Yeah, Mystic Mountain Blueberry Blast, or whatever Ricky Bobby says in Talladega Nights.
I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey.
Like a spider monkey. Go on.
No, I don't drink that stuff anymore. I used to back in the day. I don't drink that stuff no more. Man. Boy, oh boy.
I always see
Keep
Wesley
me away from that stuff.
Pepsi.
White Lightning. Mountain Dew's White Lightning. No, actually, right now, today, I am drinking a Tahitian treat. You ever had Tahitian treat, fruit punch?
Never had one.
It's good. Barbecue and Tahitian treat for dinner tonight. Tahitian treat fruit punch. We're back underway. Just after halfway here in the M&M Auto Repair. 125, look out. Oh, Adam Jocelyn out. He was in the number 2 spot. Spins, bottom of the apron. Now it's start finish. And the caution flies.
I think he clipped the apron right there, Wesley, out of the corner. I think that's what I saw from our camera angle. We'll have to take a look here and see.
Somebody just messaged me and said slingshot engaged, and I'm going to need the cautions to go away because I'm working and I have nothing to do. All right, well, green caution, green caution, green caution. 4th yellow flag of the race if you're keeping track of the summary. And the weather conditions again. Let's show the weather during the race at halfway. What is it doing now? Jason, what's the weather doing? It's about the same. It ain't changed.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same. Wind's gone down about 2 miles an hour, though. But like I said before, it picked up. Huge change, guys. Huge implications. I'm just kidding now. But yeah, no, so far, weather's pretty much the same from when we started this race. But very different from the start of when this event went live, when it was 115-degree track temperature and pretty much almost like 90 degrees, I believe, air temp. So it's cooled down a little bit, but not by a drastic amount. But still, you know, hot enough to get these guys slipping and sliding out of the corners.
Charles, what are you thinking? It's Bristol, baby.
I don't care about
it's the
Bristol.
sim.
So what I was saying earlier was we were talking about drinks. I was watching TV the other night while I couldn't sleep, and I watched, was it How It's Made or Unwrapped 2.0? And I'm not sure what show it was, but I saw they were showing how they make cheer wine.
You Shaw?
Yeah, Shaw.
You Shaw?
And by the way, anyone that's got my number out there, text me. I got a new Apple Watch phone and want to try it out, so send me text messages.
You and your... You know what? Jackie is trying to get me to get an iPhone, and I'm totally against it. Okay?
Invest.
Why? Then you could have a watch that would actually tell time and set reminders and tell you to be somewhere on time.
Well, you're funny.
You fell into that one, Wesley.
Yeah, you can set reminders in like a calendar, and they'll tell you to show up in places.
You can set reminders in the calendar. You can do it on the Android too. Yeah.
See, for anyone, the people out there watching, see, this is how we handle our employees being late. We don't get mad at them. We just make fun of them. We'll go buy watches.
It's all right.
No,
Wesley gets made fun of all
the
the time.
anger.
I get made fun of by
Don't
Carrot
worry,
Top.
everybody. The anger is coming up at post race. Okay, just the lashing will
throwing
be coming
hands.
tomorrow morning. No, but I remember
won't.
though,
We're off for
Charles,
13
that
days.
Sean, I remember Sean said something about wanting to start early for this week. So I get it. It's my fault.
The green flag's out.
apologize.
I'm going back to my booth.
Well, get away from us. We're back underway. Green flag. Hey, let's feel the roar one more time at Bristol, baby. Green flag. Oh, I'm sorry. We're under caution. Caution is out. me and Jason are telling, do the roar, do the roar. Does anybody remember where that's from? Do the roar.
Shrek 2. Shrek 2. Shrek 2. He kept asking him to do the roar, and the ginger kid, J-Rock Carrot Top was in that movie. He was asking Shrek to do the roar. Do the roar. Do the roar. It's from Shrek 2.
It's not Toy Story. It's Shrek. It's Shrek. Do the roar.
Do the roar. Feel the roar. Feel the roar.
Oh my goodness, we're so fired. Oh, and by
Jeff's
the way,
gonna come
50
up in
laps
a
to go. Oh yes. So anyhow, me and my sister calls me Egghead. And one of the things that do what? She said my head is shaped like an egg, like Adam Sandler. I don't get it. It just. Oh,
Oh boy.
So anyhow, every time we get together and I see my sister, she's a fan of cartoons and whatnot, and she's a fan of Shrek. And she'll come out of nowhere. That's how I found out about it. J-Rock was Leslie, and I say, yeah. She's like, do the roar. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? You know. And then she showed me the meme and the video off of Shrek 2. You're exactly right. And yeah, there's a guy. There's a big fat red-headed kid like Jason Rockefeller, J-Rock Carrot Top, with a big sucker.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that.
Did I call you fat? I'm sorry.
He said
Did I call you fat?
He said the big fat red-headed kid J-Rock Carrot Top.
Well, anyhow, there is a chubby kid in the movie.
That doesn't
and
help
he has
either.
a big fat. Because he's a fat kid. I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry. And he says, "Do the roar."
Oh man.
I digress
too
now.
much
I'm gonna
fun.
shut up. I'm gonna shut up.
I think Wesley's had too much Carolina barbecue.
Oh man, is it delicious? I'll tell you what. Wow.
Or
By
what did
the
you
way,
say you
on this
was
day,
drinking?
Tahitian fruit punch.
Yeah, too much
Tahitian
to
treat
eat
fruit punch. Delicious. You ain't never heard of it before?
No, just like I've never had cherry wine. I know it's good down there in the South, but we don't have that up here. We
Wow,
got
you've never had
we got
cheer
Mr.
wine?
Pibb and
Don't
Dr.
call it
Pepper.
cheer wine. It's cheer wine, okay? Gotta get
Cheer
it,
wine.
get it, say it right. It's cheer wine. Cheer
wine.
wine. Don't
is
you-
cherry wine.
Cheer wine. It's cheer wine. Hey, by the way, do you guys know what today is also?
75th anniversary of NASCAR.
Today is December 14th, 2022, and on this day back in 1947, a group of 23 people met together as influential figures to create the sanctioned and body leader of stock car racing in America. That is NASCAR. Back to green. No, they didn't do it on top of a building. Oh, we got him spinning. They did it inside the Streamline Hotel, in Daytona Beach, Florida. They were inside, not on the roof. You know, Charles, everything that I said that was fact, Jason, he ruined it, okay? It'd have been cool as hell if they were on. But yes, I'm about to send you the picture of the round table meeting. Anyhow, they did meet at the Streamline Hotel in Daytona Beach, Florida. That hotel is still there. And it's very historic. On the roof, as Charles says, on the roof. And the creation of NASCAR was formed. And by the way, this year we'll celebrate the 75th anniversary of NASCAR. They gave me, I got the video for NASCAR today, as a matter of fact, via email for the new promo thing they're doing. So let's see, the 50th year of NASCAR, do you know what that was? 1998, Jason. Dale Earnhardt Sr. won the 500 in the 50th anniversary opener of NASCAR. Yep. 1998, 25 years ago. I had just started announcing.
Also one of Jeff Gordon's titles.
God, I'm
titles.
old. I just realized that. Don't make me feel bad. She does. She calls me Egghead, man. Have you ever seen the video from last Christmas? Tell everybody to vote. So I got to send it to you. Anyhow, Corey Bubar has been the man that has led this race since he got back around the leader. And he has not looked back. In the number 12, Tyler Jordan right there in second. Stephen Allen, Dan DeSanto, Cody Childs, your top 5. And you got to think now with under 50 laps to go, Jason, we're heading into the home stretch of this thing here.
Yeah, honestly, if I were them, maybe consider pitting here, but I mean, we're looking like we're going to go back green here. So, I mean, unless maybe another caution comes out, some guys might pit. But you were just talking about Corey Bubar not looking back. He's going to have to look back here in just a handful of laps because Cody Childs, Nick Dyer, 2 guys who pitted, took advantage of those fresh tires. Look at them go. Top 5, Cody Childs, 5th place. Nick Dyer right outside the top 5. He's running in 6th in that number 88 Bass Pro Shops machine. Beautiful car. Plain paint scheme, but absolutely love it. I love that scheme. But yeah, coming to green here. If I were Corey Bubar, look out for Nick Dyer and Cody Childs. They're going to be coming in a hurry.
Single file by the discretion of the race director, Sean Kimball, and we're back underway here at Bristol. Under 45 laps to go now here in the closing in on lap 100. We're on lap number 83 now. Dyer inside Childs. Man, you got to think, Jason, as much as slammed into and spun Childs would have been. Oh, here's another caution. I think it's Barth. Barth might have brought out the caution this time,
yeah.
37.
I think Kyle Mooney was involved too.
Oh, man. Nathan Barth, 90, Kyle Mooney. Yellow flag out. Do the roar!
Yeah, feel the roar.
Here's a replay. Oh, wow! Flip count at 5. Where's Mooney at? Oh, well, Mooney got lucky.
Either got into it late or something else.
See, yep, there's Mooney right there.
I guess he was just flagging behind.
Yeah, Mooney, yeah.
Let's ride on board with Nathan Barth if we can. I know you were going to say that. Let's see this thing.
I was going to say, yes, let's go extended. Oh, hey, a little prematurely hit the gas there. I got to back up a little bit more. Hit that rewind button. Here we go. There we go. All right, well, this is going to take us all the way to the restart. On board, Nathan Barth. A lap later, I believe I can fly. Here you go, watch this. Driving, riding, going in my car. I feel safest of all. I can lock on my doors. Maybe I can't. Listen.
It just goes silent.
Sparks fly. I'm on all fours. I'm down on the bacon. Oh, I see a pace car.
I tell you what, if I were Nathan Barth, you'd be sitting there for throwing another Talladega Nights quote, you know, up, I'm flying through the air. This is not good. That's pretty much what he was probably thinking.
He's running around like he's on fire.
How did he get down to his underwear that fast?
Tom Cruise used a rinse scrap to get the fire off of me.
Hey, by the way, true story. When they shot that movie, I was actually on the announcer team at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and they shot that film sequence of the movie at the Bank of America 500 weekend at Charlotte. This is before they had the Roval. They did it during the Xfinity Busch Series night on Friday night, and they done all of that filming there. Yeah, used real fire rescue crew, all that stuff. By the way, props to my buddy Steve Phillips, who's on. Yeah, you're not on fire, Rick. Ricky, come on down here.
I'm on fire, you lied and know it.
Yeah, more Powerade shots to the toilet. Here we go. Bubar, Jordan, Allen, DeSanto, Dyer, back underway at Bristol. Lap 88. And Bubar, a strong car. What a restart on the field behind Jordan, losing ground. Man, that could have been the winning move of the race right there, possibly, Jason, as he goes off into turn one.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that too quickly, though. I mean, yeah, Nick Dyer, you know, about a tenth off the pace right now compared to what Corey Bubar just ran. But once these tires heat up, then it's really going to start to show right there. That time by 14.47, I believe that was the fastest lap turn of the race by Corey Bubar, your leader. Nick Dyer, 15.57. He's back in fourth, along with Cody Childs, 14.84. He's back in sixth. It's a leader!
Oh, the leader slams the wall, rim rides the wall, slides the wall, Jordan to the lead. Caution out, Bubar will end up third. Oh, wow.
Well, I guess that's what happens when you run the fastest lap of the race. Wow.
Charles, come back. Charles, come back. Hit replay on the 12. Look what happened to the 12.
Just reading off
He's right there on the screen. We need a replay of what happened to the 12, the leader. Because, man, oh, man, wow. He's coming to the pits. Number 12, Corey Bubar, coming onto the pits now.
Man, oh, man.
Got to wonder, Jason, how damaged that car is now.
Oh, man, it's got to be killed. Yeah, we'll take a look here at the replay in just a second.
Watch this.
Whoa. Just messes it up. Whoa. Wow. Almost did what Nathan Barth did before.
Exactly right, but he just didn't pirouette it. Flip count still stays at 5, by the way. That doesn't count as a flip. That was an oh hell moment, but not a flip. Do the roar.
Oh, he felt the roar.
Oh, he felt something.
I think he felt his bottom sink into the seat when he came back down on the concrete.
First you say it, then you do it.
Yep.
Jordan, Dyer, DeSanto, Childs, and Conley, your top 5. Conley up 17 spots, by the way, in 5th. DeSanto up 26 spots, up to 3rd. Jocelyn, remember Jocelyn, brought out a caution earlier, Jason, was in 2nd when he had that happen. He's rallied back up to the front. He's in 6th now.
It seems like a lot of these guys have had a lot of issues here tonight. I mean, for gosh sake, you just saw the 12 there climb the wall. I'm sitting here, you know, listing off times from the guys who've been compared to the 12. And next thing you know, I hear you scream. I'm like, wait, what happened? I look to my right to the screen of the monitor, and I'm like, oh my God, he just hit the wall. So that's unfortunate for the 12, you know, of Corey Bubar. But, you know, this is a great opportunity for Tyler Jordan to try to make something. But you got Nick Dyer right behind him who will line up there. And then you also got Cody Childs just a couple spots back from them. So those guys are coming in a hurry with those fresh tires.
Hey, Charles, can we bring you to the fold real quick? What's coming up on the this week's Motorsports podcast, the press box? What are we going to talk about this upcoming Sunday?
So really, really, really fun topics. They're on sleep and not doing anything.
Okay.
We're taking off till 2023.
Okay. I didn't even get a chance to be on the show during the demo.
Yes, you did.
He has had that much. He had that much confidence in me. I got you.
We
you.
had you scheduled, but then other things happened.
That's right. That's right. Green flag back out. Here we go with Tyler Jordan, Nick Dyer ready to settle it here as we're about to even the score and put 100 laps on the board in a few more circuits. Jordan, Dyer, DeSanto, Conley, Jocelyn, and they're all single file here now.
Yeah, you see, though, Nick Dyer starting to close the gap in just a little bit on Tyler Jordan. That time by Dyer just a little bit faster. Nick Dyer a little bit faster than Tyler Jordan that last time by. Next time around, we're going to hit lap 100. We'll go up on the board as you see the 88 trying to run the bottom, trying to find anything he can do with that car, trying to make a run at the 29. 29 just really strong off the corners.
Getting ready to put 100 laps on the board, understanding the 58 went around. No caution flag, though, as you see the smoke clearing, and there is Greenleaf's car. 100 laps on the board now, 25 to go. Shootout time at Bristol. Jordan to the lead. Dyer, DeSanto, Jocelyn, Heathcote, all going at it. On board with Jocelyn now. He's in fourth, trying to run down DeSanto and trying to take this race to the finish here at Bristol. You know what? I got to think, though, Jason, would this race been different if it was going to be, if it would have been a nighttime race?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Wesley. Would have been a lot more grip. You see the 11 right there up on the wall.
That's Chris
Big
Fournier.
wreck.
Slammed into by Learman, slammed into by
Watch out, Digger.
There's your Digger camera destroyed. That's why the Gopher ain't around anymore, okay? And we're under caution. 20 laps to go. See, did you hear what our producer said? I just got that dang camera replaced. Oh, Chris Fournier around. Oh my goodness. Learman slammed into him. Willett slammed into him. The pace car T-bones him. And then he took out the Digger camera. Poor Digger. Remember the Digger camera?
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was back in my heyday when I was a child. So I missed the Digger cam, man. Yeah, I was still a child. I know, I'm young. I'm getting there.
Damn, I'm old. Oh, the Digger camera was around when I was a kid. Well, I was a young teenager, I guess. A lot less younger hairy me, as they said, right? Who said I'm a young man? Okay, well, thank you. I am a legend. Yes, exactly right. I'm old.
They're going to be making like charcoal drawings down the line when everybody's living in caves again. They're going to be making charcoal drawings of Wesley up on the rocks, telling the legend of Wesley out one.
Terry Radford says I'm still hot. I'm just opening up the broadcast chat now, okay? Just forget you all.
I told him we need a Rocket Top chant.
Don't get, don't. Oh my. It's got nothing to do with that. Tell him I need an Apple Watch.
Look, I just got a notification from Apple. I just got a World Cup notification. I also could see the time, Wesley. 9:32 Eastern.
It is 9:32 Eastern time. You're exactly right, smart Alec. I can see it on my watch. Thank you, Invicta. I get what it talks to you. The current time is 9:32 a.m. Eastern Standard Daylight Time. Hey Siri. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Okay, Google. Why am I always late for things?
Google telling you.
Google!
Even Google's
Okay, Google.
late.
Why am I always late for things?
According to the Washington Post, it's caused by attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which is
They're telling
characterized
them
by
what late
traits such as
means.
inattention and impulsivity.
It's saying that I don't have ADHD.
Oh,
We're back to green.
though.
18 to go in Bristol.
Oh, man. Oh,
Oh, wow. Google, shut up.
oh. We're back
with
racing, though.
17 to go. With Tyler, Jordan,
Oh,
and
we
Nick
had a
Dyer.
wreck.
Oh, we got trouble. Jocelyn crashes. They're wrecking again in Bristol. It's Bristol, baby. Okay, Google. What does this Bristol baby mean? This should be a good one.
Bristol,
It's
baby.
probably gonna tell you
Here you
about
are.
It's Bristol,
just gonna
baby.
give
Here
you
you are.
it. Yeah.
And
Well-
it says that it's a children's bookstore in Bristol, Tennessee. No, it's not. It's a Quentin Delch Jr. set in victory lane.
Oh! You almost had another
Here's a
flip count there,
replay.
Wesley.
Jocelyn goes around there. Look at that. Man.
Almost had another
Yeah.
flip count. It just got hooked there, the right rear. Unfortunate.
No flips yet. Oh, wow. This is the race that will not end.
Getting there, though.
A chance of an overtime, though, if need be. Right? Don't they have overtime? Oh.
12 minutes
Yeah.
left on the official board.
12 minutes on the countdown clock. So you've got
Yeah.
Siri, I've got Google. So, you know.
Yeah. 2 against
I
1
don't need
for,
you,
for
huh?
us, Wesley.
It's like, I said Google, it's like, what do you need from me, Wesley? Okay, Google. I didn't mean to be mean to you. I'm sorry.
Here are some results from a search.
I don't.
Well, let's see what tonight's been. Tonight's been, we went from Wesley was late, thought we were starting later, to we didn't know we were on the air, to we got a multiple car melee in the heats, to the LCQ. We got a green flag, great racing. Then it just went off the rails when we started talking about do the roar, and now we're going from Siri to Google.
Yeah. No, Charles is the one talking about Siri, telling me my watch can be able to do this and do that and everything
You're the one
else.
who
So,
keeps talking about Google and keeps asking Google things, though.
okay, Google. What do you think about Siri?
Siri is one hard-working assistant. I'm more on the googly side of life, though.
If we get another caution, I got a Siri joke for you. Right. We'll do a Siri joke. Well, if we have another caution, I'll get a Siri joke in for you. I'll ask Siri something. Get ready for the restart zone.
Let's try it again. Coming up on 11 laps to go here. Shootout time for the Maine Sim Racing Series at Bristol. The M&M Auto Repair. 125 green flag. Jordan now gets his chance to possibly win the event. Powers to the lead. Nick Dyer, though, consciously has been right behind them in the lead, in the leaders in second and third. Jason Ricker, by the way, Jason, from one Jason to the other, pardon the pun. He's now run him down in the third spot. He's doing really good with 10 to go now.
Yeah, he's doing really good, running up in third, +7 from where he started. I also like his number 9. That's the number of September right there. So that's my birth month. So good on him. That's 2 A+ in my book. But yeah, what a great run for him. But you see right now, Nick Dyer just trying his hardest to run down Tyler Jordan. But Jacob Heathcote trying to keep some pressure on Jason Ricker for the third spot on the podium. But with just under 10 laps to go now, you got to think to yourself, what has Nick Dyer got to do to try to get to Tyler Jordan? He thought that coming to pit road,
was the smart move, and here he is now. He's practically run the same lap times as Tyler, and I don't even believe Tyler's fit yet.
8 laps to go, 7 laps to go now. Alpha turn 4 when they come back to the line, and the caution is out. Shootout time awaits us at Bristol.
Well, look what happened.
Believe it's Scott. And it's actually York's car, Chris York. 22, Chris York, right there, the Ski-Doo machine. Oh, and Greenleaf turned and flip counted. 6.
7.
Wow,
8.
can we go on board? He's not done yet. Can we go on board? Can we go on board? Extended replay with Scott.
Wes is like a kid in a candy store when he gets a flip.
Like, can we go on board? Can we go to the store? Can I get this toy?
It's the exciting things of the race here.
Let's
Take a listen.
What were we at? We were at 5, right? We were at 5 flips. This is going to be 6.
We're at 6 now.
Yeah,
Take a
here we
listen.
go. Ready? All right, at 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 9.
Which, but here's the thing though. It's the flip count is per car, so it's only 6.
Well, 9 it is. Well, I guess this gives us. Yeah, do the flip. Do the flip. Well, hold on. We gotta. Wesley was asking Google things real quick before we go green. Let me ask Siri something.
All right,
Hey,
go
Siri.
ahead. Ask Siri something.
What's 0 divided by 0?
0, you dummy.
Divided by nothing. Then there's nothing to divide or divide it with, and the division never happened. So my answer is no.
I guess they changed it. It used to say that it was
You
0
know
because
what?
you can't divide 0, and it said that I had no cookies and that I have no friends.
That is messed up because Siri sounds like the Google person.
Oh yeah.
Like it literally sounded just like the Google person. Yeah, Siri is stealing our people. Green flag, 3 to go here at Bristol in a shootout. Ricker under Dyer, under Heathcote, but they can't get Jordan. Back underway to the back straightaway.
Yeah, Ricker's going to be coming around if we don't have any yellows coming to 2 laps to go. Basically 8 more corners to try to get to Tyler Jordan. He's been so close, but just not enough time to try to get there. He's going to have to try to pull something out of a hat. They're looking at turns 3 and 4. Tyler Jordan with the lead, put a car length in between those two, coming to the white flag.
The CRN 1 to go. White flag goes in the air. 1 more lap to go here at Bristol. Dyer down to the inside. Jordan will stay to the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. Dyer 1 more time to the bottom. Can he get a run? He can't get there. Tyler Jordan wins at Bristol. He's a first-time winner of the Maine Sim Racing Series. Here tonight in the M&M Auto Repair 125. Nick Dyer, last-ditch effort, will settle for 2nd. Jacob Heathcote 3rd, Jason Ricker, and the rest of the field returning from a crash on the cool-down lap. Tyler Jordan, winner, Bristol, baby.
Yeah, it's Bristol, baby. What a great job by Tyler Jordan. I for sure thought Nick Dyer was going to be able to pass him. But what a call by Tyler Jordan. He stayed out there, was able to survive. Cody Bubar had some trouble. Corey Bubar, some trouble for him. But Tyler Jordan, shout out to him, was able to run just fast enough to hold off Nick Dyer. I think if you would have given Nick maybe another lap or 2, maybe 3 if he needed it, I think he would have got him. But shout out to Tyler Jordan. What a win for him, finally getting to see that 29 in victory lane tonight.
As we mentioned earlier, every car that has been a feature winner, former winner on the series, did not make it into the Bristol A-Main lineup for the M&M Auto Repair 125, which means there was going to be a new first-time winner, and it is Tyler Jordan. Man, he's got to be excited. We're going to grab a word with him in post-race wrap-up coming up. Nick Dyer, 2nd. Jacob Heathcote, 3rd. Jason Ricker, Gleason Smith, your top 5. Brian Conover, Nathan Barth coming back after his problems for top 10. So is Tyler Lehman, Dan DeSanto, Ed Conley. Top 10. It's Bristol, baby.
Yeah, and then you got 11th here. You got Justin Gallowix in the number 25. Tyler Connolly in the number 31 coming 12th. David Greenleaf, 13th. 14th, Chris Fournier. 15th, Steve Allen, Chris York in 16th, Matt Mingo in 17th, Scott Tapley in 18th, Noah Haggett, Kyle Mooney, your top 20.
And the rest of the rundown, including Caleb Willett, Adam Jocelyn, Corey Bubar, Cody Childs, Jack McKee, and Cole Watts of the 26 drivers. Everyone else on back was, of course, and everybody else did not make the show from the preliminaries. He's making me lose my spot. By the way, coverage of iRacing on LSRTV is brought to you by the official podcasts of LSRTV. Though it's not going to air anymore until 2023. The Press Box Motorsports Podcast is the official podcast of iRacing on LSRTV. Coming to Facebook and YouTube starting in 2023. Tune in and join the discussion as we talk about the latest hot topics from everything in sim, reality, breaking news, news that people are afraid to talk about. Yeah, we got it for you. The Press Box. And M&M Auto Repair. To keep your vehicle running properly at all times, they offer a number of services in the Winslow, Maine area that are carried out by certified ASE technicians, expert auto service and repair technicians who have years and years of experience performing everything from oil changes to a complete engine overhaul. M&M Auto Repair, give them a call, 207-877-7722. When we come back, we're going to grab a word with the winners and more. Finish line, post-race wrap-up from Bristol is next.
Here comes Avian on the bottom, 3 wide out. Here comes Avian on the bottom, 3 wide out. comes Xavier on the bottom three wide out. Here comes Xavier on the bottom three wide out.
Race, but we do welcome you back to Bristol Motor Speedway. M&M Auto Repair 125 in the books for round 5 of the Maine Sim Racing Series. I'm Wesley Outland, Jason Rockefeller alongside. We got 2 out of 3 on the podium, and of course that is the 3rd place driver joining us. Real quickly, that's Jake Heathcote. Jake, pretty quiet, opening 50 laps, pretty good. Then all of a sudden, cautions galore. Typical Bristol, daytime different than night. What's your thoughts of the race and finishing on the podium in 3rd?
Yeah, it started off really smooth. It was a really nice start to the race. It got really hectic for a bit. I wasn't sure if we were gonna get it smoothed back out, but worked my way back up to the front, ended up with a really good run.
Yeah, Jake, you guys had a really good run here tonight. You know, obviously all the cautions, you know, playing a factor tonight. Do you think that really played a factor into the way that the results were tonight? You know, you saw some guys, you know, who were fast end up at the back. You saw some guys who were slow end up at the front, you know, just because of the way that the cautions fell. Do you think that had a factor in tonight's finishing results?
Yeah, I think you just needed to keep away from major damage. Even if you got in a small caution, just keeping the major damage down.
I'll tell you what, Jake, this race definitely was very, very interesting. It had its slew of cautions. You had a little times of some hiccups and moments around the race, but making it on the podium here for this race at Bristol, I mean, that's got to be a good feeling, a good points race also for the series as everybody kind of unwinds for Christmas and you come back right before the new year for the race at Nashville.
Yeah, it was a real good run. Good timing on it.
Well, listen, we'll let you thank your sponsors and good solid run on the podium tonight here at Bristol.
I don't know sponsors, just me. Thanks.
Jake Heathcote and me will finish in the number 3 position here on the podium for the driver, of course, there. We go down to victory lane, and joining us is a first-time winner on the series because, as it was told us right before the last chance qualifier, there would be a new first-time winner on the tour. Tyler Jordan, 29, you get it done. Congratulations. What a wild race surviving Bristol.
Yeah, it was a pretty crazy race. I was kind of praying for more cautions there at the end. I did run out of fuel doing my burnout, so I was cutting it a little close.
Yeah, Tyler, that brings me to my question, man. I was sitting here thinking in the booth when I was talking to Wesley, I was like, man, Tyler hasn't pitted yet. Tyler hasn't pitted yet. You know, I'm surprised. At any moment now, Nick or anybody else who's pitted is going to catch him. And, man, you were able to hold off. I asked the same thing to Jake before. Do you think that the cautions benefited you with staying out all night here tonight?
Oh, definitely. I feel like when we got a caution, like 5, 6, 7 laps, I could pretty much keep pretty good pace. And then after that, it kind of fell right off.
Tyler, you got to think, though, man, you were treading with waters. If this race would have went into overtime, you would have had to have pitted and took on fuel, wouldn't you?
I think I would have just sucked it up and ran out of fuel. Just try to risk it.
Well, look, risk with risk. What does it say? No sacrifice, no victory from Transformers, and on this virtual sim here tonight for you at Bristol. Man, what can you say? Thanking your sponsors, and what does it mean in closing to finally get a first-time win on the Maine Sim Racing Series here tonight?
Yeah, it feels good for the first win. I do got to thank Corey. I think if he didn't hit the wall, I don't think I would have got the win here.
You have any sponsors?
Yeah, I got to thank Rat Designs, Smith & Wesson, Black Rifle Coffee.
Black Rifle Coffee, that's good.
I got to thank you guys up in the booth for broadcasting this. I got to thank Sean for putting on the Maine Sim League. It's a great league. If anyone wants to join, come join it.
Yeah, man, fun times. Have a great Christmas to all of you drivers and all of our staff and for the Maine Sim Racing Series. And congratulations, Tyler Jordan. Victory lane here tonight at Bristol, the M&M Auto Repair 125. Well, Jason, J-Rock, your final take of this race, man. Tyler Jordan, a new first-time winner on the Maine Sim Racing Series. We get to not schedule our clocks or be late or be ahead for next week for Christmas. Have a great Christmas season, my friend. We'll see you back on December the 28th. Nashville will be the next race, and I don't think it will disappoint at all. I think we're looking at a really, really good show coming up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, that track is, like I said beforehand, during the middle of the race. You know, if you wanted to think about with super late models, Nashville, you know, Fairgrounds is one of the tracks where everybody wants to win at. You know, it's such an abrasive racetrack between, the worn out, asphalt and the atmosphere it gives. There's just something about Nashville just everybody loves. You know, that's why NASCAR wants to go back to it. That's why all these places, you saw SRX go there. That's why everybody wants to run there, and I don't blame them. But as of tonight, great race, honestly. These cars put on one heck of a show. Really thought it was going to be a bottom-fed racetrack, but it ended up not being that. You saw the heats were like that, but as the race progressed, even in the first 25 laps, drivers were going up right to the top of the wall, almost tank slapping it off the corners. So, fun race tonight. Congrats to Tyler, everybody who raced here tonight. You know, I can't say, thank you enough to all these guys who put on one heck of a show for everybody. I hope they all have a Merry Christmas and can't wait to go back.
Yeah, it certainly was a fun time for sure. By the way, big thanks to the official podcast of LSRTV, the Press Box coming in 2023, and thanks to M&M Auto Repair of Maine for sponsoring this event here tonight for the M&M Auto Repair 125. For Charles Wooten, for, of course, our buddy, Mr. Jason Rockefeller, I'm Wesley Outland. Thanks to Sean Kimball on the series. Good night from Bristol. Merry Christmas, and congratulations to Tyler Jordan, winner at the last great